Rachel Reeves promised she would tax the rich. What she's actually done is clobber farmers, pensioners, schools, small employers, and even families who have the temerity to buy a home in the southeast 30 years ago. Every time she reaches for the wealthy, she ends up ensnaring the struggling middle class, and in some cases the working class itself. Take the farmers. The so-called tractor tax was sold as closing a loophole for absentee landlords or landowners. But the government's own figures suggest 2/3 of working farms may be hit. The Countryside Alliance warns that it's family farms, not idle landlords, who will bear the brunt. Reeves claims only estates above £3 million are in scope. DEFRA's data says otherwise. Or look at her VAT raid on private schools. The rhetoric was about rich families in blazers and Bentley-run schools. The reality is bursary-heavy schools in poorer towns, closing, teachers being made redundant, and the state sector absorbing more pupils than it can afford. And all this done with the promise of producing more teachers. None have emerged. Then there is the employer's national insurance. Reeves hiked contributions, branding it a tax on corporate fat cats. In practice, it's a payroll tax that discourages hiring and pushes costs directly onto consumers. Every small cafe, every care home, every corner shop is paying. Inflation is stickier because she wanted to prove she was tough on business. Even her definition of the working class is slippery. We were told that if parents were struggling when you were 13, you are working class. That's the new definition now in order to qualify for being an intern in the civil service. Even if you now earn £100,000 and sit in a Whitehall office, it's the spurious sociology deployed as a fig leaf for policies that punish the very people Labour claims to protect. Inheritance tax is the sharpest example. The Chancellor's plan to raid family farms at 20% is defended as a fairness measure, yet Cent Tax, the think tank that once championed it, now warns that tenant farmers and owner farmers are more likely to be hit than wealthy landowners. The law of unintended consequence applies with cruel force. And looming over all this is her desperate search for money to plug the £50 billion hole. She has boxed herself in with rules that say spending must match income, and that headline rates of income tax, national insurance, VAT and corporation tax cannot rise, so she hunts elsewhere. That means stealth taxes, fiscal drag from frozen thresholds, raids on pensions, limits on gifts, higher council tax bans, and possibly capital gains tax on main homes. The danger's obvious. Older homeowners may not downsize, freezing the housing market. Pensioners who save diligently may feel punished, eroding trust in the very idea of long-term saving. The middle class, already squeezed by stagnant services and rising costs, sees itself taxed more heavily while receiving less. We're told this is unavoidable because of the £22 billion black hole left by the governments. Well, Reeves has doubled that. She's not merely filling a hole, she's digging one twice as deep. When people conclude that prudence and saving are punished, when farmers, small employers and pensioners all feel targeted, she risks something more corrosive than debt, the breakdown of the social contract. And the £22 billion so-called black hole was a projection, not a reality. She has made it a reality and doubled it. That is her true failure. Reeves has confused the pursuit of revenue with the pursuit of justice. She has aimed at the rich but hit everyone else. She has promised fairness but delivered resentment. She has inherited Labour's mantra of protecting working people, but her policies prove again and again that the very people she claims to champion are those who suffer most. And so the middle class, the squeezed backbone of this country, is left to foot the bill, and Reeves may think she's fighting to avoid tax avoidance, but what she's really fighting is the patience of the people, and that is the battle no Chancellor will ever win. Rachel Reeves needs to go, and she needs to go as soon as possible.